Well, all right, all right, all right. Happy hump day, everyone who is tuning in or hearing this on Wednesday, May 24th. I wanted to tune in with you guys as I prepare for my class that I'm teaching tomorrow on the basics of microdosing with psilocybin, ayahuasca, and then, of course, the deeper dives with plant medicine of what I've learned, what I'm also seeing in misconceptions, and really just being an advocate for this path, and also really, really, really strongly having not debates, but open dialogue conversations about the misconceptions that are out there in regards to plant medicine. So I have heard different people say, they turned to plant medicine or microdosing because they didn't have any other options. That was me. I found that I was really, really struggling mental health, physical health in my marriage, a lot of unresolved grief and trauma. And so I did take the plant medicine path to quiet the mind, go into the heart, and release a lot of stuff that was really troubling me and holding me back from living my best health, my best wealth, and my best wisdom. And for me, what that manifested going on that path, of course, has been beautiful, but it's also been very, very scary. And I thought, like a lot of us, we think that these things are going to fix us. These things are going to be the answer to prayer or to whatever. And really, you are the medicine. How you be the change that you see from what the medicine teaches you, how you integrate it is what makes all of the difference. So I have seen people microdose and not change at all. I have seen people go and sit with deep dive medicine and just throw away money and time and get into loops because the medicine by itself won't, quote unquote, fix you, won't change you. It's what you do and how you be with the messages you get from these sacred plants. And this is very, very subtle. And I don't know if you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm going to use another analogy. It's like if you go to a seminar or to an event or even to church or to a spiritual event, and you get all fired up and excited. In that moment, your vibration rises, your consciousness rises, you have maybe some aha realizations, but then your body doesn't take an aligned action based on what the information was that you received, right? And so then you go back to the way things were. You go back to old habits, maybe addictions, maybe afflictions of some sort, maybe to negative, stinking thinking. So I just want to really encourage you, if you are looking to go into this path, number one, please consider coming to my class tomorrow or subscribing to my YouTube channel. I do have recordings from past classes in my Lois Kofi Enterprises YouTube channel. But how you receive the information is one thing, and it's what you do next that matters. It's the word integration in the plant medicine community. Being able to learn from it and to be able to process it is what makes all the difference. So integration, it's like integrity, combining what you learn from the medicine. There's actually a definition for integrate that I want to share with you also, but combining what you learned with the medicine and then moving forward with the information, maybe changing one habit, for example. Like, let's say for me, I was addicted and reliant upon multiple outside things, including seeking approval from others, people pleasing, also known as well as alcohol, as well as work and staying busy. So with those three big ones for me, it didn't happen overnight, the changes. It actually was now 2 years of integration. And that's how I was able to shed 40 pounds. Almost, I'm like 2 pounds away. So I'm rounding up. But it wasn't the plant medicine that did that. Okay. I just want to really, really reiterate that. There's a lot of people that hear about these life changes. They hear about people doing a deep dive ceremony, and all of a sudden everything changed. But what we don't know is what Paul Harvey used to say: what was the rest of the story? So integrate, the word is a verb from the dictionary. Oxford Dictionary says combining one thing with another so that they can become whole. Combining one thing with another so that they can become whole. So for example, let's say plant medicine is the one thing, or microdosing with psilocybin is the one thing, or ayahuasca, whatever. What is that other thing that is helping you integrate, bring forth what the medicine is sharing with you consciously? And honestly, quite a bit of it is unconscious. So that's another reason why having that other thing, whether it's breath work, whether it's working with your therapist, that's a possibility. Whether it's working with an accountability partner, coach, a mentor, another possibility. Could be yoga or some kind of embodiment exercise like dancing. Some people will do some kind of workout. Doesn't have to be yoga. However, you're getting the conscious awareness and then into your cells, to your DNA, also to your gut brain. So our gut brain is where 80% of our neurotransmitters are produced that impact this brain. So even if you're doing plant medicine, and then what is the nutritional components in your life that you are combining with the plant medicine to be able to process and embody fully what you are learning. So again, going back to reading a book or going to a Tony Robbins event or going to church, again, it's great to get the rah-rah and the excitement and the energy and the awakening thoughts. But if you don't integrate that with another tool, whatever that tool is for you, it's very likely you'll keep repeating the same mistakes. You'll still keep repeating the same patterns. Another example of a combination integration thing would be journaling. Writing down what is it that you're learning. So it's not just up here, it's processed through your writing, which helps rewire the subconscious, and also writing down an action that you would want to take with that to be in alignment. The embodiment, the physicality of it is where we get the biggest shifts, and we can release energetically things that no longer serve us. We may then, like one of the things I did after a few months of trial and error, because I didn't have any support in this, by the way, I had to learn the hard way, which is why I'm sharing this with you. I didn't integrate properly for the first several months, actually. So I kept repeating the same mistakes, my drinking challenges, unhealthy boundaries and people pleasing. And working still too much. So slowly after ceremony, I would start to cut back on work. Slowly, I would start to do other things like cutting back on alcohol slowly. So that was part of my integration, processing, implementation of the wisdom that I got from the sacred plants. So healthy and wealthy and wise, just remember the wisdom piece is what impacts your health and impacts your wealth, your relationships, your integrity, all of that kind of stuff. So as the plants were giving me more wisdom, as I was slowly changing my diet, as I was slowly setting healthier boundaries, as I was making and taking actions and commitments and had accountability and support from mentors, coaches, etc., I couldn't have done it alone. So again, in summary, microdosing with plant medicine, sitting in deep dive with plant medicine is not for the faint of heart, and it's not going to fix you. Like I said in the quotes, kind of like what JFK said, ask not what you can, your country can do for you. Ask not what plant medicine can do for you. Ask what it can do with you as you be that change, as you process the information and then apply it into your everyday life. Because this is a journey. I just heard of someone who had like a psychotic breakdown, just microdosing. Okay. Because she probably wasn't integrating and processing in a healthy, balanced way also. So it's a journey. When you're working with these sacred plants, it can bring up trauma. It can bring up a lot of stuff that if you aren't ready for it, if you don't have the tools, is what I mean by that. Because obviously it came up for you for a reason. It happened for you for a reason. It's what you do with that information and how you hold yourself, nourish yourself, investigate and process with, again, any kind of integration tools. There's a whole list I'm going to be talking about tomorrow on my free class. So again, I wanted to bring this forth because I see and I get a lot of interesting questions now that I'm sharing this with the world, and also learning from my own mistakes. I want to be able to hopefully help you, save you time, money, heartache, challenges, autopilot, hamster wheel, knee-jerk responses that, yes, the plant medicine will bring up for you. It's what you do with it and how you be with it next. That is what I see as the missing elements, the misinformation, and not fully understanding that it's a joint effort between you and the medicine and your mind, your body, and your spirit. So you can reconnect to who you truly are, have your best health, your best wealth, your best relationships with yourself and others. That's all possible. And it's a journey. Rome wasn't built in a day. And to get lasting results, it's a bit of a dance. It's a bit of an ongoing journey, and definitely not something to be done alone. So I hope this brought up some curiosity for you. I hope it gave you a different way to look at how to work with the sacred plants. And of course, if you have any questions, come to my class tomorrow. You can check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do share a lot of wisdom there. And if you have emails, please shoot me an email, lois@loiscoffey.com. I'd love to hear from you and get your thoughts. Your thoughts and feedback help me to make additional podcast episodes. This podcast episode actually came from a client who had some misconceptions about what microdosing and plant medicine does or does not do for us. So thank you so much for listening. If you found value, please hit the share button in this very, very important question, because I see a lot of people kind of falling into the trendiness of microdosing. It's become a really big thing, and almost in some ways I don't want to call it a fad, but again, people are looking at it, and it's so different from going to the gym and getting a gym membership. It's so different from working with supplements. It's so different from any kind of even Ayurvedic medicine or roots or herbs. All of these things are really important, and knowledge is power. And of course, that application of that knowledge is the wisdom that we want to talk more about here on Healthy and Wealthy and Wise. So thanks for tuning in. Have an amazing day. Until next time, guys, here's to your best health, your best wealth, and your best wisdom. And hopefully I'll see you in class tomorrow. You can sign up at microdosingforhealth.now.site, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.